again. Okay, I welcome you all. Hello, everyone. My name is Dave Karlekar. It's a beautiful Sunday morning, and I welcome you to another introductory IT overview session today, hosted by Guru Schools. Today's topic of the session is the front-end web development course. It's an introductory overview session. What are you looking for over the next 1 hour? You'll be hearing from our instructor as to, at an overview level, the course content. Okay. It is one of a niche, at the same time, highly popular emerging training track. It's high in demand, reason being everything is going digital. Everything is going on the internet, and because of which the front end or the UI or the web development skills are in demand. It is what the future is. So it's an emerging futuristic technology stack. People who have a prior background in programming, in web development, it's a next level of evolution for them, relearning, unlearning, and new learning. Otherwise, people who wants to jump this bandwagon and have a six-figure career and have an emerging career, those who can, bring their open mindset, willingness to learn, and we are there to help you. So let me give you a background about Guru Schools. As the name suggests, it's a modern marketplace in the form of ancient Gurukul. We strongly believe education is one strength that once it comes to you, it stays with you forever. And by sharing, it grows and it compounds. So what we do, we bring this world-class information technology training education to the ambitious people such as yours by imbibing a good blend of theory as well as practical experience. For many lateral professionals, this will be a good exercise towards upskilling yourself, which is unlearning the old dated technology and learning or relearning this web front-end technology, which enables you to add feather to your hat in terms of get you back in demand, reshape your career, and helps you make more money also. So what we offer, well, as I said, along with the 6 weeks of training track, post-training, you get a course completion certificate, which symbolizes you have successfully completed this course. After that, we help you towards having a reference-ready resume preparation help to ensure your resume has all required bells and the whistles, much required for this particular training track and much required for this career. After that, our team helps you with the vendor interview preparation. Very important towards the first level of screening, walk the talk, what is required, what is not, and how to answer those tricky questions. Post which there will be a client interview coaching. Because we're in this business for the last 21 years, we work with most of the prime vendors, global outsourcing vendors. We have our own direct clients as well as American vendors. We know what they're looking for often, because of we are vendors and because we have employees working there. That helps our life easy in terms of understanding client expectation. So rather than you going blindfolded, you are better prepared for the interview, and that helps you to get the job. And once you get a job, still, you're more theory and less practical. Will stay with you in the first few months, anywhere up to 2 months to 6 months, to ensure we are there to help you towards the project support. Okay, so what are you getting? Well, training, number 1. Number 2, course completion certificate. Number 3, reference-ready resume preparation. Number 4, vendor interview preparation. Number 5, end client interview preparation. And number 6, project support. And because of which, that's our USP vis-a-vis to some dime a dozen other companies asking you money and you throwing money at them and they throw you some videos at you and they're done. We help with you from A to Z in every step of your career and make sure you settle down. So that's what our USP is. Needless to say, once you are done with the training and once you're done with the placement, you're working for the Fortune 5000 corporate America clients, along with the front end web development. The other tracks where we have training year long in no particular order are cloud DevOps, big data, Python data science, Java full stack microservices, MuleSoft, .NET full stack, robotics process automation, Selenium QA automation, business intelligence visualization reporting tools like Tableau, Click, Power BI, customer relationship management products like Salesforce administration and development, validation quality management, which goes towards the clean scientific healthcare domain, clinical SaaS, biostatistician, business analysis, project management, and Scrum, Agile Scrum. Well, most of this training is for about 6 weeks, give and take. Sometimes holiday season, a week here and there can get delayed, and we understand that. It runs across the week and weekends, 3 days a week, up to 2 hours each session. So along with our training, you will also be given reference material. Before you start every training session, you will be given some reference material to study. Then our 2 hours of training, and post-training, you will have a debriefing reference material. So all in all, every session, it will not be 2 hours, it will be at least 6 hours, which you have to refer to. Okay, because it's a condensed learning. So the more you are with us in terms of learning, the better it is for you. And whatever works with you, works with us. Okay, what are the timings? Typically, these are Eastern timings, anywhere between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. is where we start, and then it goes for up to 2 hours, depending upon the training track and the convenience of the students and the trainer. Okay. Along with the training, we are also product partners for some of these product companies. And recently, we have also invested in Pearson Franchisee Certification Agency, because of which it enables most of our students, those who are eyeing for a formal certification, say for example, project management certification or Salesforce administration / development certification, or some of the other tracks of certification. It helps us and it helps them too, because not only they're learning through the training, but they also get the question bank, and we help them towards answering some of those questions or most of those questions, which gets them the much needed certification from those product companies. Okay. Along with this, needless to say, we work with many universities towards maintaining their website, for giving them training for their graduate students. We also work with many small, mid-size businesses here, especially in the tri-state area, hotels, motels, restaurants, doctor's practice. These are some of our clients where we are hosting their website, as well as we are providing them with their digital marketing services. Now, these are difficult times. COVID-19 pandemic basically decimated the global economy, and we are in a recessionary mode. In light of 20 million job losses in the USA in 2020, it's too much of gloom and too much of job destruction everywhere. And it is our humble effort towards helping people, as well as helping corporate America to reduce the employment, because we are helping you to get a job. Okay. For those who are looking to get trained and work on our projects, for them, this training will be free. For those who are merely looking for training, they don't want to work on our projects, For them, they have to pay $500 for this training. Okay. In light of COVID-19, all projects are remote. So those who are looking for flexi hours, remote working, it's a great opportunity to get in the career. As I mentioned before, what's our USP or how are we unique? Well, you will say overwhelmingly more than 90% of the agencies are charging you money, where with us it is free if you plan on working. So if you're looking to work in corporate America, and if you're looking to work through us, this training will not cost you a penny. Okay. So unlike those dime a dozen training institutes who are focusing more on taking your money and throwing some videos at you, we are focusing on shaping your career by providing you a career guided employment. Most of our trainers, they are working professional themselves. So they're working, and then on a part-time basis they're engaging with us, and then we have our team of recruitment and salespeople, which takes it further towards your placement post-training. Okay. Today's session, what are we looking at? Well, it's an introductory session, so we're not going to deep dive in the entire gamut of web development. You'll get enough teaser. Consider this as a movie trailer, which gives you an opportunity to understand what lies ahead of you for the next 6 weeks as and when we start the training. Post overview session, we will have a question and answer with the trainer. So please feel free to ask any questions once the trainer is done with his presentation. For those who are a little shy of asking questions, they may type their questions in the note section and we'll take the questions on your behalf. For those who have not joined the session and or had some other issues and could not attend it or have to leave early, we're recording this session. So you will be getting a copy of this recorded session. It will be posted on our website, www.gluschools.com, and or our LinkedIn page, Facebook page, and our YouTube page. If you want to subscribe for some of these free training videos, I would suggest you subscribe to our YouTube page or our LinkedIn page, because that's the only way you will know, those training sessions and you can have access to them. For today's session, the subject matter expert is Suresh Babu. Suresh is a lateral professional. He has extensive experience working into web development, platform technologies, with real-time corporate experience working in the IT industry. And without doing any further ado, I would like to invite him, and I thank you all. Suresh.
Yeah, hi. Thanks, Dave. Hi all, this is Suresh. I'm a front-end developer, web developer who has experience of around 8+ years of experience. Let me brief you about all this 6-week plan. So in the first week, we'll be learning what all the web development, introduction to the web development, and all the ES6 new features, which helps us to develop a better web application. So I will be explaining all the ES6 features and the Chrome developer tools. So the core for the all web developers. So I will be explaining each tab in that, and also the ways to debug the JavaScript application. So if you want to become a better programmer, so we need to know how to debug better. So in that way we can become a better programmer. So in the first week we'll be discussing all these basic things, and in the second week we'll jump into the React.js, and we will be working on all the React.js features, all the basics concepts like a virtual DOM, what is JSX, how props and states work. The second week would be a basic introduction for the React.js, and the third week we'll start with the React.js hooks, where we can use state, use effort, the lifecycle methods, and also all the API calls, how to use Axios to do API calls and get the data from the server. So those things, and also how to handle the errors in the React.js. This is the main topic. This helps us a lot. In fact, in normal web page, if we get any error, so that would be breaked. The entire page would be breaked. How to handle those errors? Any number of errors, we can, any type of errors as well, we can handle without breaking the page. You should not break the page for any of the errors that server throws, or any of the user invalid inputs. We should not break the pages. We should we should only break, or we should give a sufficient message to the end users saying something went wrong. So this is the main topic, handling the error boundaries in React.js. And also we have React developer tools. It means it is similar to the Chrome developer tools, but more specific to the React. So coming to the fourth week, we'll learn more about how to style the React components, and about more about performance things, like how to load React components, lazy loading, and also how to measure a website, how to improve a website, how to measure a website performance, how it is performing, a website is performing, and how to improve the website performance. So this is a very crucial part. If the website performance, if we improve the website performance by 1%, our business improves a lot. So also I will discuss a short in memory management. If we understand how the JavaScript memory management works, we can use the memory very limitedly and very optimally, and also we can avoid all the memory leakages as well. That's all about fourth week. And in the fifth week, we'll discuss more about why to do the async calls, and also the responsive web design. So in these days, if we develop any of the web application, that should support all the resolutions, whether it would be large desktop, normal laptop, iPad, everything. So it should support. That's known as a responsive web design. How we are going to achieve that with Bootstrap or media queries, writing our own media queries as well. And also a small introduction regarding the Node.js. That's a backend for the JavaScript. So we'll cover that as well. Also Webpack module builder bundler. So this helps us bundling all our web application and putting that in a web server. So it's like bundling all our application and keeping that in a web server ready to use our application. So also I will show you what is the minification and obfuscation of JavaScript. In sense, we are hiding the code of JavaScript in the browser to provide the security as well. And the part is Git version control as well. So we need to pull the code to the repo so that all our teammates can use. So this is more about version control, like a new TypeScript as well, why to use the TypeScript, and what all its basic features. So in the sixth week, we'll be concentrating more on real-time scenarios, like how to remove the JavaScript and CSS code which we are not using, and what all the third-party libraries which we can use to make our implementation or life easy. So also how to get the help from the Stack Overflow. This is very important here. So how to ask a question, how to keep our requirement as is in the Stack Overflow so that we can get better results. So this is the place where all our developers go for our real-time problems. So also the best practices to follow, and also the common mistakes to avoid. These two things are very much important for us. Whether we are writing any single line of code, also we need to think whether it is following best practice or not, whether it is or am I doing any common mistake. As a beginners do the common mistakes, am I doing those common mistakes or not? So we need to concentrate more on this. So I will be explaining to you all the best practices and common mistakes. Also we'll have a interview discussion, basic to the medium level of interview questions, and also the coding practice, how to pick the coding questions. So what all the coding concepts we need to learn so that we can answer a minimum n number of questions in the coding practice. So this is all about the coding index and content for the 6th week. So let's jump into the importance of web development. So let's understand why to learn the web development, the importance of web development. So these days we are going into the digital world. So everyone has mobile, desktops and internet. Most of us will be spending more time into this. So we'll be spending in websites or web applications. So we need to provide a better web application so that all the web users can use that more efficiently. So that is easy accessible to all the users, whether it is a mobile or whether it is a desktop. He can, if he is habituated to use Amazon in the web desktop, when he is using the mobile also, he used to go to that website and he used to habituate to use that website itself. So that's the main advantage. And second one is the customers can find our business a lot, like e-commerce applications, Amazon and Flipkart. They have their own websites in which the users can market. I mean, they can buy and they can grow their business. So if we have any web application, this web application helps us to get more customers. That's the main advantage of having the web application. So the third advantage of becoming a web developer is, if we have a good website where we can promote our product, saying these are the companies using our product, so it builds the trust in other organizations, and other people will come to us very fast. So it builds a trust into all, for all other people also. So that's the main advantage. So also, if we build one website, it works as a round the clock salesperson. It will helps us to sell our business. It will expand our business. So these are the main features we have to develop a website, and this is the reason we are going, the web development has more importance, and there are more job opportunities as well here. So what's needed? Okay, we understood the importance of web development. So what's the basic thing needed for us to jump into the web development? So that is HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So HTML is a syntax, like it's a skeleton for any of the application. So whereas CSS, it makes the application looks beautiful, makes the application looks beautiful, so that the users can spend more time in the websites. Whereas coming to JavaScript, if you observe here, this brain is connected to every part. It means we are interacting the website to the users, so that the user can interact easily, and he can search, or he can filter, he can sort anything he needs. So all these functionalities, interaction lies in the JavaScript. So all these HTML, JavaScript and CSS, we need to have some basic understanding so that we can jump into the web development. If you don't have, I can provide you the better websites or links to learn, and also I will help you with the most important topics in JavaScript, like maps and filters. So these are the two topics where we use more in our application development. So coming to the tech stack, there are if you are a web developer, we need to know all of this. Like if we have any touch base also, it's enough. Like we have EH6 features, Node.js for the backend, npm repository for getting all the third-party libraries, Chai and Mocha for the unit test cases. We have TypeScript for the new tightly coupled at the compiling the types at the compile time, and we have React, Angular, Vue.js, and Webpack for module bundler. Babel is a transpiler. We use Babel as a transpiler. It means it converts the modern JavaScript code like React.js, AngularJS code into plain JavaScript, because a browser can't understand React.js and AngularJS. Any browser, it can't understand React or Angular. Here we have Babel. It will convert that high-level React.js and AngularJS code into plain JavaScript, HTML and CSS code, so that the browser can understand those HTML, JavaScript and CSS. Babel will be in between the high level and the browser. So it will convert the code to the browser understandable code. So we have moment.js. This is the third part library to convert the times and dates. And finally, we need to have any of the IDE like Visual Studio Code. Here we'll be using in our coding sessions. So let's jump into one of the sample application so that we can learn more. Yeah, this is a sample React web application based on top of React. It was developed based on top of React. So if you observe, so I will right click, inspect. So 30% of the work we need to do with this developer tools. So we need to remember, and we need to understand all the tabs. What's the main functionality of all these tabs? So please make sure and understand this is very much important. Like in the elements, we'll be having all the DOM structure will be there. In the console tab will be shown all the warnings and errors. In the source tab, we'll be having the code which the browser has loaded for our application. In the network tab, we'll be having the network calls. So what is the API call have done? Its headers, and what's the preview? I mean, what's the response we got? So we have the performance. We can record the performance so that we can understand which page is taking more time to load, and what all the things we can do to reduce the page load size. So there are n number of things we can do, like memory, how much memory is taking for each and every tab, and for each and every navigation, how much heap memory it is taking, also it will be recording. These statistics helps us to understand the website performance, how it is performing, and what all the things we need to improve. So these are the main performance and memory. We'll be using network tab more, and console as well to debug. So coming to these two I have added for the React developer tools, as I have mentioned in the series of content. The components and profiler or the React developer tools tabs. Usually we won't be getting here. If once you download the React developer tools from the Chrome web store, we'll be getting these two tabs. So whereas application, here it will show, application tab show what all the cookies we have stored for our application, and what's the session storage and local storage we have stored. So this is all about the storage information will be there here, and this is about security part, whether the website is secured or not. It will give a brief intro on this. Like these are all the tabs. So these are the additional extensions have extended. So this is all about the Chrome developer tools. We need to have major idea on this. So coming to the application, let me explain about React application. This is, as I said, this is a React application. So let me explain about the React. What is React.js application? Why we need to learn React.js, especially React.js? Because React.js, initially Facebook has created this React.js. Why they have created this React.js means, so if you observe the DOM, we have discussed, this is a DOM. In the Elements tab, what all you are seeing is a DOM. For each and every small change in the web application, this entire DOM would be re-rendered. It means reconstructed from the top to bottom. It will be reconstructed for each and every small change. Also, all this DOM would be reconstructed, which is a costly operation in terms of time. So Facebook thought of creating a lightweight library, which is React.js, which should not reconstruct all the DOM. Only it should change whatever the change. If I change something in application, so only that should be changed. That part should be changed. Not entire application should not DOM should be reconstructed. So that's the main motto of Facebook in creating the React.js. What we have asked to discuss here is a virtual DOM. In the virtual DOM concept, we are not going to restructure all the DOM. We only replace what it is needed. Only it will not reconstruct entire DOM. It will only pick the change, and it will only pick the div. If this div was updated, only this div would be replaced with the updated change. So that's how the virtual DOM works. That's the more strength of React.js that made React.js at the top. So that's the reason Facebook has developed this React.js, where this React.js is using in Instagram. 100% development of Instagram was done with the React.js, because there would be a number of updates in Instagram. It would be we need very fast rendering for Instagram. So they have developed this React.js. So that's the first strength of React.js. So coming to the second one, like if you observe, this is a single page application. What is mean by single page application? It means if I change anything, if I want to go to the user profile, if I click this, only the route will be changed. Here in the place of dashboard, the route will be changed and the respective page will be loaded. It will not reload the page. It will not reload entire application state. It will only change the route. Observe here I'm in dashboard route. We call these as routes. So if this route change, the respective page would be loaded. So that's is called as a single page application. So if I click user here, if you observe, the route was changed to user from dashboard. The respective page was loaded. So that's the importance of the single page application. We are not reloading entire application. We are not going back loading entire application once again. Just we are routing to that page. So this is the second advantage of using React.js. So in a web development application, UI means what's a web development. So as web developers, what we need to do, what's our role. So I have shown you what is React.js, what all the React.js strengths, and also one more React.js important strength is it is component based. It means what does the component based term means. So this is a component. What you are seeing here is a component. So I have an image here, use the space and some text here and some caption at the bottom. So if once have created a component like this, I can reuse this component. So that is called a component based. It means I have created this component once. If you observe, I have used it 3 times, 1 2 3, where I have modified the image, color and the data. That's it. I'm not rewriting entire component once again. Just I'm reusing the component with different properties. That's it. Here the properties in sense the color, the image and the data which I'm passing. So this is the main advantage of using React.js, because as it is a component based, if once you create one component, if you observe that this component, I have created daily sales component, and on the top we have a chart component where this is the title, this is a caption, this is the time where it was updated. If once I have created this component, I can use this with different charts, different colors, different data. I can pass this different chart, different data as a properties. In React.js we call this as a properties, but in the real world we can call it as an arguments. Once if you create this component passing different things, I can reuse this component. So the two things which you are seeing here is the reusable components, but it was created only once. I can use multiple times in the same page or in a different page as well. So that's the beauty of having a component based structure. Create once, use the same multiple times. So that's the main importance of all the React.js. So let me explain what all the role a web developer should have. So what's the role of my web development? So the role here we need to play is, we'll have huge amount of data in the DB. Okay, so the end client or the businessman no need that much of the data, and that data would be all clumsy, everything in a one table, in one schema or different tables. So we are responsible, and that's our role, to show that data in the DB data. I will be getting huge amount of data, but I need to show a structured, well structured data to the customers, so that he can extract some business out of this. So that's the main role here. The web developers are mediators for the business and the huge amount of real-time data. So that's the thing we need to do. Moreover, there would be like a UX guys as well. So UX means like a user interface, user experience. So they will be giving us these mocks, like we need to have a navigation left hand side, and the color should be in this formats, and the chart should be like this. So how the user can experience better. So they will give us the wireframes. So from there we need to develop that. We need to make wireframes or nothing, but we can make them as an images or Adobe short images or PDF files as well. So we need to make that image or wireframe into a real world screen like this. So we could make that with the help of components, with the help of React.js, all the third party libraries also we can use. But we need to, end of the day, we need to make sure we need to take the web application same as a UX guy who has developed. So the first part, we need to communicate with the UX guy, and we need to take the wireframes. We need to design our application like this. And the second part we need to do is, we need to communicate with the backend guys, and we need to do the service calls, and we need to show the data appropriately. So we'll get a huge amount of data, but we need to pick the data, we need to wrap it in terms of objects, and we need to show to the users. The valid data only we need to show. So that's the main role we need to play. So coming to responsive design as well. So just wanted to explain responsive web design. So moreover, if we get any web application, if someone asks us to develop a web application, what all the things we need to keep in mind? So if I get some web application to be done, what all things I need to keep in mind? The first thing I need to keep in mind, I need to ask questions. I need to ask more questions so that I get more specifications, like whether the application should be used by all the browsers. These are the specifications that web application will be used by all the browsers, all the resolutions. So these are the questions we need to ask. So all the browsers, instance Chrome, Mozilla, Firefox, do we need to support our website in all the browsers? Because each browser has its own JavaScript engine. If someone asks us to prepare some of the web page, we need to have some of the specifications, some of the list, a checklist we should maintain, asking this application should support all the browsers. If they say yes, we need to write some of the CSS specific to some of the browsers. So, and what all the resolutions in sense, let me show you the resolution. This is known as a resolution. Like the same application, if I see in iPhone X, resolution in sense, this is a resolution, width by height, which tells you the resolution, what all the resolutions it needs to support. So the same application, if you see here, it looks like this. You can have the same. So you can also modify this to iPad. Zoom it. So this is known as a resolution. We also need to ask the width and height, what all the resolutions our website should support, such that we can write the media queries accordingly. So that's the main thing we need to understand. Also in the network, if you observe, if I go back, I click it again, I have made one request. So let's check. In the network tab we have a request. What's the request? So in the network tab we can find all this information. What's the request URL we are making? We are asking this image. So we got 200. It means this is a success status code, means we'll be getting the response. So we asked for this image, it returned that image. So that's a network tab we need to use. So this is all about the web development and React.js, and also how to debug also I will be explaining you in the further classes. So let me show you here. So there are these many companies React.js are using. So these are the top companies React.js are using. So they are using React.js as a core feature in their development cycle. So coming to the opportunities. So as web development we discussed, it has a great scope. The opportunities also in that way. You can go to the LinkedIn and you can search here. So there are n number of opportunities, React.js United States. You can have a number of opportunities here. Not only the LinkedIn, you can go to the dice.com, also Indeed or monster.com. You have a number of job opportunities. If you observe here, there are 1,000 new jobs posted a day on React developer. There are 1,000 jobs posted per day. So this is all. We have more opportunities as a React.js developers, and our role also would be very much. We act as a bridge, so we have more importance to the web development, because no one bother about the backend code, backend logic, backend DB data. How huge amount of data we have, no one bothers. What's the backend code logic, no one bothers. What's more important is anyone sees on the screen is more important. What he see on the screen is what he feel. It means we are going to build such a type of website or web page. We need to make sure the web users should stay in our website, stay for more time, and they need to buy, and we need to do business on that. We need to add value to our business. So that's the main motto of the web developers. So I feel this is the React.js is a hotcake and the new technology. So this new technology will create the new opportunities, because customers are thinking in a way their applications should be very faster. So very fast in sense, virtual DOM is very fast because of this virtual DOM feature. All the website users are coming to this React.js only. So that's the thing. And also we have a great community for help. So if you go to the React.js Stack Overflow, there are n number of questions and answers. So per day there would be huge amount of questions. So similar questions are, these all are the real time scenarios. So you would be also facing the same scenarios. So it helps you a lot. We have a great community, not only in the Stack Overflow. You can go to the Telegram groups or Facebook groups, or also the Guru School groups also will be helping you a lot if you're stuck somewhere. And also you have a coder wall as well. So there are n number of great communities which can you can get help from there. The thing here is you need to keep your posting your question is very important. In Stack Overflow, when you are trying to post your question, you make sure that what is missing, what you need, and a screenshot of it, or if it is possible, keep a JS bin. It means an online tool where you can keep the exact logic where you are facing some problem, so someone can help you for sure. So uh, we are always with you, we can help you anytime, but just I'm explaining the great community for help. We have the great community here. So that's all for now. So for more information you can mail to this training at the red Guru Schools. Now any questions?
Good. Thank you so much. Very well done. Let's do the questions and answers now. Again, for those who have any questions, ask us now, or shy of asking, can type your questions in chat section. If you have no plans of speaking, please stay muted. Don't interrupt the session. Thank you.
Hi Suresh,
Yeah,
I'm Akshara
hi.
here.
Yeah, hi
Actually, I
Akshara.
wanted to know that when this training is started, it seems very interesting, and I'm very looking forward to it. So, when this training is going to start?
Akshara, good question. I'll take it on behalf of Suresh. Suresh is the trainer. My name is Dev. I'm with Guru Schools. I work with all the trainers. So I manage the modalities and the administration and delegation of the training courses. So it's in phases. Okay, phase one is the introductory session. So we'll record this session by tomorrow. It will be on our website. We'll edit this session, massage it, and then the enrollment starts. Okay, so once those who are interested can send their inquiry to training@guruschools.com, and HR will get in touch with you. Once we have at least 4 students formally enrolled for a training session, we start the training track. Right now we are looking for 3rd week of Jan to kickstart the session, because we will take about 2 weeks. But to answer your question in one shot, the moment we have 4 students for this particular track, we start the session.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So maybe in matter of 2 weeks, you will get it. But if you're keen on, send an email to training@guruschools.com. Again, those who wants to learn, those who wants to work with us, this training is free. So might as well take full advantage of it and learn it. It's our way of helping the economy and giving it back to corporate America and creating employment. Okay. Thank you, Akshara.
Yes, Babu, one question. How do you think how much artisticness is needed overall? Because when say you're going to design UI, right? So what do you feel? How much artistic sense is needed? And are we going to use some artistic tools in the training, or how would we manage the artistic angle to this training? If you could please explain, that would be great help.
Yeah, in sense artic, what does you mean? The layout structure you're talking about?
No, the design part of it means the color combination, shape and
So
sizes.
color combination, yeah, as I said, we'll be getting that from the UX team. Also, I can suggest you some of the Adobe websites as well, so that we'll be getting some UX designs. There will be some of the UX designs where they will give us each and every pixel and color, font as well. With that help, we can develop the web applications. So I can provide you the sample links to go through them.
Okay. Just to add to what Suresh said, most of the bigger organizations, they are very big on the look and the feel. Okay.
Right.
Famously last year, the Indian Home Minister said, "Dikhta hai wo bikta hai," meaning people will believe what they see. So there is a breed of the so-called user experience guys, the creative people, and they're called UX engineers. Their job is to, they're the dreamers. They are the very creative forces. So they create these wireframes. They create these templates. Okay, the color has to be this way. So the complete layout of a website, um, they will give a wireframe to which these web developers, like Suresh and Suresh's team, works towards it, towards achieving it. So primarily, the UX team works hand in hand together with the web developer team in any bigger organization. These are two pegged team works hand in hand together towards putting things in a proper order. So that is delegated primarily for the UX team.
Yeah, thanks. It's a great help. And just to add to that, how much is the salary what we are looking for if you have around say 2 years or 3 years of experience with this skill set? What are the salary range are we looking for?
Good question. So these are the emerging technologies. Okay, whenever something is new, people will pay a premium to it. Okay, like 20 years ago, .NET or Java was new, right? So those who were power builders, those who were plain developers, informatics developers, Ingress developers, power builder developers, making $40, $50 per hour, suddenly transformed themselves into .NET and Java, from plain VB to VB.NET, C#, back in the days, 20 some years ago. And suddenly their pay rate from $35, $40 to $45 jumped to $60, $65. Now, technology has a shelf life. Okay, you have to catch up, unlearn and relearn. Now, the same web developers who were 20 some years ago were in demand have stagnated their technologies. So unless they adhered to this web development skill sets, their pay rate gets stagnated, right? So in general, the web developers, if they do a good job, and depending upon what client it is, varies by the location, the duration and everything, I would say about $150,000 and upwards is what their compensation will be. So that's about $75 per hour they will be getting in, if they know most of these tools.
That's really good. Thanks.
Java developer makes about $50, $45, $55. Now they will be making about $70 to $80 per hour. That's about 40 to 50% increase just by learning some of these newer tools with the same base.
Right. Also, I believe the way if I start working at all, if I need any help whenever I'm on job or something, so how the training or the overall Guru School can help me out? Could you please throw some light on that?
Yeah, we covered that in the beginning. Maybe you joined a little late. So it's a fraternity. Okay, it's a brotherhood, sisterhood. These days we all are connected to the technology. Even Suresh said that. We have a Facebook group, we have a LinkedIn group, we have a Telegram group, we have a WhatsApp group. During the part of the training also, you are part of these groups. So basically, you're working very closely with a trainer. Okay, typically we always have two trainers, just to make sure, it's a 6 weeks of a long journey and we are staying with you, and good day, bad day, the second person chimes into the shoe, and two is better than one. So during this journey, you stay with him or her, with the trainer. On the other side, there is an HR and recruiting team, business development team. Once you are getting into the 5th and the 6th week, they start working on your resume. They start, marketing your resume, start preparing you for the vendor interviewing, client interviewing, the whole 9 yards. So it's an ecosystem. We all work as a team, right? And then whenever you get placed, you are still part of that group. Right. So whenever there is a challenge where candidate A has a problem, B, C, D, E, F helps him or her. If the other person has a problem, we all work as a team, because it's a bonding, and by sharing, we all learn also. So if you have a problem, you'll share, I'll try to help you. If I have a problem, I share, you'll try to help me, right? So first line of defense is our own team members, because we are doing this training every 3 months. So in a year, about 4 training tracks we do for web development. We have two similar tracks. One is Java full stack development and the web development. Depending upon the interest is, people join for either of these training tracks. There is a good amount of overlap for some of these technologies. So these all people are ported in a common group, and that group stay together and work as a team. So first, the pupils or the students or the candidates helps amongst each other. The second line of defense is, needless to say, the repository, the reference material, the videos which we give, and you will go to there and try to learn it. The third line of defense is, needless to say, your team working with you, because nobody's a rock star here. You're working in a global environment team, on site, off site, near shore, offshore, and the team members who are before you on the project might help you. And last but not the least, the trainers are there, because unless you make money, the trainer doesn't make money. The trainer makes money for giving support to you. So it's in their interest to make sure you stay on a project as long as you can, because the more you stay on a project, the more money your trainer makes. Okay, training, there is no money, to be honest with you. Reason being, it's a one-time, training which we'll be doing, but you'll be working for 6-12 month long project, and by they giving up support to you, they make money for that 3, 6, 9, 12 month project. Okay, so recurring income is the key. The company makes money, otherwise I'm pulling money from my pocket and I'm giving to the trainer, because for you it's free, right? So it's not a big money per se for a trainer for training you, but post training they're instilling that confidence, trust, technology, because of which you're able to get the client interview, clear the client interview, and then you get a job. Okay, so they will be with you till you choose to be with us. So it's a good union. Okay, unless we cannot, right? So it's in my interest to make sure we cajole you and we stay with you and we addressed your challenges, work related challenges, in as quickly fashion as we can. Okay, because if you're not on a project, nobody makes money. If you're on a project, we all make money. Okay, good question.
Thanks. That does solve that solves the doubt. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have any other questions? Again,
Hello. Yeah, Suresh and Dev sir,
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask. This is Rishabh. So I just wanted to ask that why this training is free? Because you are not charging any money from us, and why this is free? Just wanted to check. And there are so many of institutes that are charging so much of money and they are not providing the job. So I came across some of the institute, but I'm not getting any help.
Okay.
So I'm glad that I got
Well,
Guru School. Yeah.
I'll answer that. Well, Suresh does make money, so it's not free for Suresh. So Suresh gets money for every person he trains, but yes, I pay money from my pocket for those who will be working on us, right? For two reasons. Number one, well, I've been here for 21 years. I guess you reach to a phase in life where it's your art of giving. Okay, what are you doing to the needy people, to the people you want to help? Because end of the day, you cannot eat money for food, right? We all eat the same food or similar food for that matter. So it's your art of giving, correct? There is no price tag to it. So those who are looking to work with us in a long term, we will be making money, right? It's a trust we are instilling in you. It's a faith we are instilling in you, because many of you or your spouses are working in IT. Most of you, every second or third person in the USA is in IT in your family, and by we getting that smile on your face and that satisfaction within you helps us in a long way. Because today or tomorrow you will be a successful professional. If you have made up that mind that you want to be in IT, Okay, you will spell even the word impossible as I am possible, right? So that if you have that fire in the belly and if you have made up your mind that I want to have a career in IT, there is no stopping for you. Okay, the challenges are for those who are without a job and all. There are people, there are scam artists who are there to, basically gobble money from you and throw some videos and run away, right? As I mentioned before, Rishabh, the intent is not to give you a mere lip service like a ribbon cutting ceremony. One of my friend always used this phrase, so I'm just taking that liberty from him. So it's not a ribbon cutting ceremony where we just throw you some videos like that. There are zillions of videos on YouTube, okay, and there are institutes like Udemy and all. They have pretty decent training tracks, okay. Unfortunately, that mere training can only help you so much, right? Nobody invests the time and efforts towards preparing you to the real battlefield, right? I mean, how to interact with the vendor fraternity, what questions they will be asking, how to have a resume which has the bells and the whistles, right? How to prepare for the client interview. Because we're in the business for 20 some years, often we have our own team working on those projects for that site. So they are able to tell us as to what the hiring manager's expectation is. Like most of these projects are with our global implementation partners, Infosys, Wipro, TCS, with whom we are working for 10, 15, 20, even 22 years. So they work with us as a team. Reason being, they won't want anyone to, be a rock star Sachin Tendulkar. It's a team play, right? So if you are able to do the job, with their average satisfaction, they'll hire you because they know us, that along with you, they are getting a rock star trainer who will be supporting you. Because if they don't hire, they're waiting for that idealistic candidate. Even they're losing billing. It's a race against the time. They need a body. They need a body like yesterday. Infosys, Wipro, TCS also wants to plug and play or place you as soon as they can, so that they can start billing the client. Right? So nobody wants to lose time, and it's a consulting world. If you can't perform it, they'll flush you out. Right? So they know some of their vendor partner agencies, such as Guru Schools or Guru Schools' own companies, that this agency or these agencies have a good ecosystem, have a good environment where it's along with the candidate, they're also getting a good support system. So they have a reasonably good amount of faith with us. What they are looking for, a good understanding of the overall concept, the can-do attitude, and that you can get the job done. So they are hiring more people from us, vis-a-vis to somebody, Tom, Dick and Harry, who just throws the body and expects some magic to work. Okay, it's all about relationship. Life is about relationship. Your network is your net worth today, right? So because we have been doing this for the past more than 2 decades now, it's a rapport building, it's a relationship, it's we being an investor or shareholder in these companies, they value us, and we work as a partner. Okay, so towards that, it's always a team. Okay, so we make money on you on a long term. The moment you work for us for 3-4 months, we break even. Otherwise, it's my way of investing in you. Okay, whether it's giving to the trainer, whether to have these 40-50 recruiters or business development or your bench marketing team marketing you, immigration, from everything. Okay, it's not only training. Tomorrow you need visa sponsorship or immigration sponsorship. We'll be more than happy to do so, because I have gone through that process, right? And I know how difficult it is and how insecure it is, right? So whether you need a guest house, whether you need a visa sponsorship, whether you need an immigration sponsorship, for some strange reason your status changed. So how to accommodate and how to have in a time efficient that priceless guidance, for which we have the fleet of immigration and a paralegal team working towards that, along with our attorneys. So you're getting that entire ecosystem, for which again there is no price tag to it. It's our art of giving. We have gone through those phases. We have learned the hard way. We are trying to help you to learn the smart way. Okay. Do we have anyone else? Rishabh, have I answered your question? And do we have anyone else who has any more questions?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks, Suresh, for the session. This is Anand, and
Yeah, hi.
really, yeah, very beautifully covered, very informative. And thank you, Dev sir. And I have a small question with React.js versus AngularJS. Would you
Okay.
please brief me what is the difference between those two?
Yeah, I can brief you that. AngularJS is nothing but it's a library. Just it is a library, whereas React.js is completely it's a framework. So the first difference is that, and the second difference is React is only a one-way binding, and the Angular is a two-way binding. So the model and the view would be in a two-way binding. If you change the model, the view would be changed. If you change the view, the model would be changed. The main advantage of using the React.js is its virtual DOM, where the Angular doesn't have that. So Angular was developed by Google. They are trying to improve that algorithm for the change detection algorithm, so that it would be combined with the React.js. That's both are the used for the single page applications, and we have a React.js as a library, and we can use a number of other libraries. So React.js is open for all other libraries as well. So if you want to maintain any state, you can just plug and play with the Redux. You can introduce the Redux in the React.js library, and you can start using for the state management. So like that, React.js is open for all libraries. If anything which is best in the market, you can just plug and play with React. Whereas coming to Angular, it is full-fledged. It is a framework. You can use only the features which are available in that. Mostly, all the features would be available in that framework. You only need to use them accordingly.
Got it. Awesome. Thank you. So basically, we need to be good at JavaScript to learn this stack. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Correct.
that's very interesting. And we need to have, as the Dev sir told, we need to be on a creative side to develop the website designing and all those stuff. I think there will be a separate team, of course. And as a developer, we need to know the business logic and the requirement to develop this. And finally, when it comes to hosting, we may use some service provider for hosting.
Yeah, service provider.
Yeah. So this seems to be really interesting. Thank you so much for your time, and really very well covered. Thank you.
Okay. Does anyone else has any other questions? No? Okay. So I know it's a Monday late morning and people have so many things to do. It's a holiday season. So if no other questions, I thank you all for investing your time and joining in. This will be a recorded session. So by tomorrow, we will update this recording and put on our website, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook page. Please subscribe to our YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook page. And those who have any questions, training@guruschools.com is the email ID. Send all your queries, and I look forward to working with you all. Thank you and have a good day ahead.